Have you ever wanted to play some video games, but nothing seems to be doing it? Modern games don't invoke that same feeling, and the old classics also fail to inspire. Well, if you can relate, know that I've been there too. Quite often, unfortunately. And it got me thinking, a sad thought I don't want to believe, but do I even enjoy video games anymore? And I mean truly enjoy them, for their own sake. I still play video games. I play Guild Wars 2 every day. But how much of that is just habit? Skinner box type mind tricks to keep me in the game. If I wasn't already 10 years invested, would I still play? Why do more modern games seem so uninteresting to me? With these questions in mind, I decided there was only one course of action: to go back to the start, to replay all the big key games that left an impression on me, starting as far back as I can remember, and working my way to modern day to see if I can reignite my love of video games. I've dubbed this exercise Chasing Nostalgia.
And now, get ready for another all-time Disney favorite. Viewers have gone goofy over Goof Troop, the hot new TV series in the Disney afternoon lineup. Now Goofy, his son Max, Pete, and PJ have come to Capcom's new two-player game, Goof Troop. And it's chock full of the same hilarious slapstick that has made the series a runaway hit. Watch for Disney's Goof Troop, available now at a store near you.
So here we are again with a Disney Capcom team-up on the Super Nintendo. Goof Troop. It's actually a fun little gem of a game, but I never really watched the show. I do really enjoy the Goofy movie, even have it on VHS. The movie is honestly great, like it's better than it has any right to be. It's an extremely quotable movie.
It's the Leaning Tower of Cheesa.
And very likely created a full generation of furries. If you haven't checked it out, you really should. But that's a movie. This is about the video game. Remember back at Game 6? The Magical Quest starring Mickey Mouse. I had the line, "Garsh, I'm back from doing my own video game." Well, that was a subtle reference to this game, since I knew Goof Troop was on my Chasing Nostalgia list. It's honestly a pretty unique style of game. It's like an over-the-top action puzzle game. It can be a fun play by itself, but its real appeal is playing with a friend. So I had my best buddy Nate over, and we did a playthrough. And man, it still holds up. So the story is basically pirates show up, take away Pete and PJ, which I just figured out while typing the script that PJ probably means Pete Jr. How did I never catch that before? Anyway, pirates! Time for adventure. So you can be either Max or Goofy. They actually have some minor gameplay differences. Goofy can throw things harder and kill enemies faster, while Max runs faster. It's not drastically different, but the slight variation is fun. Before the level starts, we get the little map that we get to see. If you've been watching Chasing Nostalgia, you know I love this. Maps in between levels is something I really enjoy. That said, this map is kinda small and it's not that interesting, but I do like it. Is that a castle at level 3? Ooh. So first level is the beach, and it's a pretty straightforward level. You'll learn basically everything you need to know going forward. You can both only carry one item, 2 if you're by yourself, so you have to plan out what you bring and remember what to leave behind. The music of this level is alright, it's pretty upbeat and cartoony, but the goal is to find the key in the level and then find the exit to begin fighting the boss. The primary way you fight is by throwing things. It's pretty solid and can actually be kind of funny, because you can throw stuff at your friend, and that always makes for a good time. The first boss is kind of like a whack-a-mole thing. You catch barrels and throw them back while dodging spikes and stuff. It's simple yet fun. Level 2 is like a jungle-ish level? The setting is hard to explain, but it's basically just going further into the island. The level is where the slide puzzles really start showing themselves. I hope you like sliding block puzzles, because Goof Troop is all about them. So it's more of the same, except harder. Got big fat asshole guys who are more common. And there's this room! This room puzzle sucks ass. Why, you ask? Well, because the same fat assholes, you can also kick the blocks, meaning that you can mess up the entire puzzle by no fault of your own. Yeah, it's easy to reset, but it's extremely annoying. Nate and I spend a good amount of time dealing with this room. And then on the way to the final room, you find out that the fat dudes can roll into you like Sonic. What the fuck? The boss is this big fire-breathing guy. You have to catch the barrels from above and use those. Simple enough, but it's slightly more harder than the first level. But on to level 3. Hell yes, Spooky Castle. I love how we lower the bridge at the start of the level. I'm a sucker for Spooky Castle aesthetic, and this level does it really well. Spike traps and rolling boulders, haunted moving suits of armor, and the biggest haunting of all, The courtyard of endless shoveling! I made Nate do all the work. The horror. But really, this is the best level of the game. It's a fun level. The boss is two spooky, scary skeletons who throw an endless supply of bones. Not sure how that works, but okay. Throw them back and send the two skeletons to the afterlife. Again. For real. Level 4 is hell. It's like a cave level. The enemies here are far more aggressive and will throw stuff at you. The damn slide puzzles get harder. This is where the game actually requires some real planning to progress. I recall being a kid and asking my dad for help on some of these puzzles. Now, I honestly don't care for this level's music. It's too calm and peaceful for the amount of bullshit we have to deal with. I get the vibe the music is mocking me? I don't know how else to explain it. The majority of our game time was on this level. The boss is actually pretty challenging too. You have to be careful not to fall off, careful not to get hit by falling spikes, make sure you don't get run over by the big caterpillar monster, and also be the proper distance away to hit the head as they run by. And as they get smaller, they move faster. This is actually a decently challenging boss fight. But you know what's not challenging? Liking and subscribing! So just click it. Click the shit out of it! Well, okay, don't. Once is just fine. You might accidentally click unsub, and I don't want that, so once is good. Shit, I made it sound challenging. Fuck! Then the last level, the pirate ship itself. First off, I do dig this music. Got the energy and fun it needs for the final level, which has many weird gimmicks. We still have these fairly difficult sliding block puzzles, but we also have room with these changing holes. Like, what is this? Why does this ship have so many holes? Broke-ass pirates. There's also this platform with arrows on it. It's weird, it's like a two-time thing. Odd, but hey, at least it's new. You eventually get to this room with the pirate ship steering wheel, which, did you know, is actually called the helm? Whoa. Now this room is like the biggest brain buster of the game, and it's right before the boss. I even remember calling my dad at his work when I was 5, asking to help because he knew how to do it. Of course, I had to wait till he came home, but sure enough, he did it. Nate and I took some time, but we finally got it with no help from the internet at all. Not a single guide or video, that's for true. Shut up. And then we have the final battle. He throws bombs, has an extendable hook hand? That's badass. He spins like a freaking spinning Beyblade, but no man can eat more than 7 bombs. So keep going and you'll get them. After that, we get the closing of our story, where we find and save Pete and PJ, and pull a Peter Pan by using the pirate captain as bait for the alligator. We get that "look at where you been" montage in the ending credits. A simple and fun 2-player adventure comes to a close. And with that completes Goof Troop, a very different game to the ones I was used to playing at the time, but still extremely fun. It was a simpler time for games, where different ideas, tones, and experimentation was a lot more common. Goof Troop is a fun gem. No surprise with Capcom. They were masters of the craft back in the 16-bit days. And they're still pumping out amazing games to this day. And now the video comes to a close. We actually start to move on to further part of my life. All the games on Chasing Nostalgia up to this point was year 5 or 6. In the next video, we move on to year 7, where I meet some great childhood friends and start playing more Sega. But we'll get into that stuff next time. Till then, I have nostalgia to chase. Have a good one. Peace.